the usual. So I wanted to create this video because I feel like it's so easy and natural to feel overwhelmed at times, anxious, stressed, just generally uneasy about what's going on in your day-to-day, and it can feel really rare to just feel at peace. And so I wanted to share in this video my 3 tips or general philosophies that have really helped me feel more at peace with my life and just generally happier. Alright, so the first tip or philosophy of life that has really helped me is actually coming from Albert Einstein, and the quote goes, "Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." I love this quote because I feel like there are so many times in life, or at least for myself, I've felt like I was constantly battling upstream, or the job, position, environment, or circumstance that I was in just felt like I was putting in so much effort and not getting anything back in return. And what this quote is saying is that it's kind of taking the blame off of you for a bit, obviously not to the point where you should not ever do anything that requires some work, but the point of this quote is that everyone has a genius-like trait within themselves, and how beautiful is that? The point here is figuring out what is your genius trait. So are you naturally good at athletics like basketball, swimming, running? Are you really good at something that's more creative like drawing or painting, or even a musical instrument? Or are you really good at more critical thinking skills like problem solving or something with mathematics? Our job is really to figure out what comes to us most naturally and then lean into that as much as possible, and don't blame yourself if things don't feel like, you know, they're working, or if you're feeling like you need to try exponentially harder just to get where everyone else is. You have a genius trait, your job is to find it. All right, so my second tip or general philosophy that has really helped me and my friends is a really beautiful one that I just learned, I believe like 2 years ago, but I find myself coming back to it again and again. And that quote is, "If you spend your time chasing butterflies, they'll fly away. But if you spend your time on making a beautiful garden, the butterflies will come to you. And if they don't, you'll still have a beautiful garden." I think this quote is so beautiful because it's really just saying all you need to worry about is yourself. Don't put your eyes or your focus on anyone else or worry about what other people are thinking or doing. Don't put all of your priorities into external circumstances. So in that case, it could be like, oh, I need to make this much money, or I need to own this thing before I can be successful, or I need to be with this kind of person before I can feel happy and fulfilled. It's really saying that by you focusing on you and focusing on yourself, all the things that you want and all the things that you really feel like I've been fighting against or wanting to get will come to you in a way that feels more natural, and you don't have to worry so much about chasing. And like, how amazing is that? I feel like so much of our life is spent chasing, worrying, running towards something, and what if all we need to do is really sit somewhere still, do as much as we can within our space, put flowers, work on ourselves, you know, do whatever we love, and then you'll find that life plays out in a way that'll work perfectly for you. And the last tip, which is one of my favorites, is what is meant for you will not pass you by. And I know this is a little bit of a controversial quote because some people interpret it to say, oh, I can just be passive and be a sitting duck and not do anything, and that way everything's just gonna come to me. No, it's not saying that. It's freeing in the sense that I feel like a lot of times with certain decisions or circumstances and the way they play out, we spend so much time dwelling on what we could have done better, or I messed up and I'm the problem, and all those negative thoughts. And of course, I do think it's really important to reflect and learn and grow from experiences. But I find this quote and this tip to be the most freeing because in life we have choices. And for me, I want to choose to see a world that is working in my favor, and a world where things are going to work out for me in the way they should. And it's just so freeing. It gives me so much peace because if I didn't believe this, I would honestly spend so much time ruminating on past decisions and worrying that I did something wrong and everything isn't working. But please give yourself grace and time and space to really believe that the things that are meant to be in your life, the people that are meant to be in your life, would be in your life or will be in your life. All right, thank you so much. I forgot in my other videos to ask you to subscribe. So subscribe if you want to figure out life with me. I'm just getting back into this year, and I really would love to hear from you all. Thank you. And I chose this garden to film today because I thought, what better way to have peace than to be in nature? All right, bye.